Happy National Teddy Bear Picnic Day there, gang. What's going on? Welcome back to your favorite solo podcast, Unremarkable. Guys, we got a quite a week for you. Didn't really have too much to work with when it came to the national holidays, obviously. But we have to be celebrating something, and it's National Teddy Bear Picnic. It's not National Teddy Bear Picnic Day. This is apparently, they're lying. They say this is celebrated by Canada. This is largely celebrated by them in America and the US of A. Doubt it. I doubt it. But hey, that's what we got to work with today. You know what I mean? I obviously am your host for Teddy Bear Picnic Day pleasure. Goose Gonzo Gaspacho on all the profiles, guys. Do the following and hitting us up. Unremarkable.pod on all the websites that you go to. You know, maybe not all of them, but we're on there. We're trying. We're trying to get. We're reaching out, is what we're doing. We got a zero sugar Cayman Jack margarita at this time. Dad's had quite a week here. I need to take off a little bit of the sugar intake that's been going on. A lot of eating, a lot of drinking. It's been a mess. Don't know what to do about that. I guess we just start from scratch. You know what I mean? If you got any topics you want to hear about, any news stories, obviously send them in to unremarkable.pod. Rate, review, subscribe the episode, all that that I gotta say on YouTube, whatever. Hey, don't worry about it. It's Teddy Bear Picnic Day. I don't know where this started. I don't quite know where we could be going with this one. We've had National Vanilla Pudding Day. We've had Chocolate Pudding Day. We don't really draw the line anywhere, apparently, when it comes to the holidays. Had to pick one. I don't think any of the stories we got are gonna have to do with Teddy Bear Day, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what, I'll find a way. We're gonna find a way. There's a funeral home owner in Colorado, kind of just holding on to 190 bodies and being sentenced for fraud. I don't know. Yeah, you've been duped, okay? You got ashes that weren't pops, but I don't think fraud is where we start. Obviously we don't start at murder. Hopefully. What are you holding on to 190 bodies for? What could you possibly get out of just bogarting not 190 probably full-grown adults? Sentence of 20 years in prison on Friday for cheating customers and defrauding the federal government out of nearly 900,000 in COVID-19 aid. Well, what is a crematorium? Well, I guess they would need, some coal to put on the burners for all the bodies that fell out during the Kung Flu. I guess they would need aid. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what you could be doing. Is it not a burden yet to you holding on to? Where does it start becoming a pain in the tush? 190 bodies, and you're not complaining. You're just holding on to all of them. You're having teddy bear picnics with them. You're doing picnic day, the tea parties like you do with the dolls. You're just hanging on to these guys and making marionettes out of them. Doing teddy bear picnics. Some of them had to be bears. Some of them had to. 190 in Colorado. 25% of that is at least gay, hairy men. 25%. This is in Colorado. I don't think I'm wrong about Colorado. I think everything that I've said about Colorado has been pretty much true. Basically true. Like an Alex Jones kind of fraction true. There's been truth to what I've said about Colorado. Never once said anything about there not being a river in there, so it's not LA. I'm not just lying about it. Not just saying bullshit. What do you get out of this? I don't understand how much in aid could you have gotten? And is it the only crematorium in the region? What are we doing here? Halford and his wife, Carrie Halford, obviously, were accused of storing the bodies between 2019 and 2023 and sending families fake ashes. So, okay, is your wife a chain smoker and you're just filling up these cookie jars with God knows what? You know, there's just, she's just there all day and you're lugging around bodies and rugs and she's just talking shit to you about how this is never going to work and she's ashing into a little urn at a time. How much ash do you need to make it seem like a body? Pretty sure human ash is heavier than like cigarette ash. It's got to be more dense than that. I know nothing about the job. I think my sister used to work for a crematorium at a certain point, or at least a funeral home. And I don't think these guys are having to, pretty them up before an event or anything. But I gotta say, man, what kind of home are you living in, where you just got enough basement room? They're not going in the attic. Carrie, if I bring one more fucking dead body up into the attic, so help me God. Federal prosecutors accused both Halfords of pandemic aid fraud, siphoning the money and spending it and customers' payments on a GMC Yukon. An infinity worth over 120 grand combined. Well, okay, along with 31,000 in cryptocurrency. What? Luxury items from stores like Gucci and Tiffany and Co. And even Laser Body Sculpt. These guys were... So this was just... They had a Scarface type montage with Danger Zone playing in the back while they're raking in the dough. Getting them a Yukon and an Infinity. I don't think you went high enough, really, with the vehicle goals, because them combined was 120 grand. I mean, it wasn't a brand new Yukon, right? For 60 G's, they should have bought a G-Wagon. Those are tax deductible because they're over the weight limit. That it needs to be for it to be a business expense. If they were smart about, if I were to be stealing from COVID aid, I would have gotten me a G-Wagon. You could hold a lot more bodies in a G-Wagon, okay? You could probably make a crematorium out of the G-Wagon. People are doing plenty of things with that size vehicle. They're doing dog walking gigs with a little treadmill where they come to your house and they, so then gas is a business expense as well. They got your dog running around and bathing him and everything. You could have started multiple businesses off of this. But listen, hey, you didn't call me. So investigators couldn't move into certain rooms because the bodies were piled so high and in various states of decay. FBI agents had to put boards down so they could walk above the fluid, which was later pumped out. Oh, man. I don't know what kind of natural disasters happen in Colorado, but when you need to buy a new sump pump because you're hoarding human bodies that may or may not have died from COVID, let's be honest. I feel like it saved a lot of paperwork in that year. just print it out. Print it out. It takes one signature. It's not gonna matter. All the nurses are pissed because they were what were they calling us employees that never got laid off or anything? Or essential. We were essential. Yeah. It was not fun being an essential. And what were their names here? Johnny and Carrie were essential. And what was essential to them was a Yukon and body sculpting. What is body sculpting? I feel like that's something you probably could have used on 190 bodies. What is body... What the fuck is body sculpting? Because I've never... I don't know. I don't know what these YouTubers do nowadays. What is that, like, where they make it look like you have muscles that you don't have? Is it plastic? It's not lipo, right? Or is lipo in there with it? No. So they just take rollers to your tush until it's flat, or what? How ironic that people that were letting dead bodies decay and morph in their own home were getting body sculpting surgeries. And what did they need done? That's what I want to know. What was your concern? Because them piles of bodies were not of your concern, apparently. Uses controlled cooling to freeze and destroy fat cells. Oh, that's kind of cool. Sculpture is how it's spelled. The second S is capitalized. Sure. Employs laser energy to heat and eliminate fat cells. Well, damn, sit in the sun. Is that not? You're describing things. This is what, when people reach a different tax bracket, this is what people do. They go and get they lay in a tanning bed and they do body sculpting because they're just too gosh darn busy. They're too busy to be bettering themselves. They're so busy with business. Guys, I got too many skeletons in the closet to be focused on, working out, plyometrics, CrossFit. What? I got too much going on. We're pushing weight over here. And a lot of it. Are they like hot? Are they even hot? John and Carrie Halford? Let's see the mugshot. Let's see these sexy people's mugshot. Oof. Well, we could tell you've been crying for a little while, Johnny. Yeah. No, this man's got sad eyes. She looks like a witch. She really shouldn't have been. She should have been sculpting her face instead of her body. That's a long upper lip. I think both of their upper lips are smooth. That's what it looks like. They just got fetal alcohol syndrome, both of them, and they're like, you know what? I think we can capitalize on the. Have you heard of COVID? Have you been hearing about this crazy? Yeah, I think maybe we just, make a landfill out of the house. They should have ended up on an episode of Hoarders. Could you imagine? If they're like, guys, you see, they're going through the fridge, they're like, just step over him, and they go over the bodies, and they get to the fridge. There's probably an arm in there at least. Well, he looked lean, at least. We didn't know. We thought COVID, we were trying to make money, but it could have been the end of the world. We didn't know if we had to hold on to all these people. We needed to eat something. It's Colorado. All the gay couples are moving up here. I don't know what area of Colorado it was, but that's fun. That's fun. I like this. I hope to God they did a tea party at one point. You're balling out, and that you're just having to really sit on the pound of flesh that you're keeping around So why not? You just have dinner and you're like, all right, here's a fresh one. He's not gonna ruin my meal. And you lean him up into a chair. You put sunglasses on him. You know, other countries do that. We've covered this on the pod before. That other countries do this where they'll dig up a loved one and they'll buy them cigarettes and beer and put them up in a chair. Kind of a waste, I think. Court documents showed Halford had sent families urns filled with dry concrete mix. And in 2 cases, the wrong body had been buried. So oh man, that's just silly. It's like the Scooby-Doo scene where they start running through doors and you don't know who's coming out of which door and everything. Is a who's on first situation. How are you keeping track of the bodies? I could see that. Well, hold on. What? So it's just a funeral homeowner. Okay, well, so 190 of these bodies were just there to be cremated? Why didn't you fucking bury them? Why didn't you bury them elsewhere? You obviously have the wherewithal to do it. You know how deep it's got to be, you know, what the laws are about it, how far into the ground you'd have to go to probably not get caught. You guys are just fucking lazy, I think. Could have done a lot. Could have done a lot with these bodies. Could have done a lot of fun things, too. You probably could have gotten away with donating them to some museum that, you know, turns people inside out. And they're like, this is anatomy. And then, you know, hardly anybody ever goes because it's fucking disgusting. I don't remember what that museum's called. I would never go. The anatomy, it was like an anatomy museum. It was where they, you know, would skin dead people or whatever that donated their body to science. Very cool. You want to go see Grandpa? We just covered him with hairspray, and he's holding up real well. Yeah, at a certain point. You know what? And sometimes you got to switch those bodies out. So, you know, maybe you need people like Johnny and Carrie around. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, see, they set them up doing gymnastics and skateboarding, huh? I could barely make out what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, it's horrifying. They're just, explode. The any mechanic knows what the explosive view is, where you take a picture of an engine and you explode it to where you see all the parts and the nooks and the crannies. And that's what they do to some of these guys. This guy's holding his skin. Holy shit, dude. This is metal, dude. This If Christians feared anything, it should have been this. Like, this is you know, this is fucking horrible. Yeah, I mean, they're doing skee ball and this guy's sprinting. That's awesome. Good for you. At least you found something you enjoyed. You know what I mean? How many people that work for this museum just go, you know, it does lack benefits, but I just love what I do. Here's dude, imagine if that was a baseball player and they've got him swinging a bat. It'd be like, he's actually the perfect body to be doing this to. Oh, this is fun. Yeah, this is what they should have been doing, was donating their bodies to science. I mean, how are you going to ID? You got fake IDs for everybody. You got people coming out of the woodwork with birth certificates. You could have figured it out. You could have figured it out, and you could have been, you know, diversifying your portfolio of bodies. You didn't have to keep 190 of them. If you weren't smoking meth before, you know what I mean? You really ought to have. You may as well have been. You have a body full, a house full of bodies. You may as well smoke meth because you're going to be looking out the window through the blinds all fucking night long. That's the same fucking man I've seen. Carrie, that's the same van. Oh my God! Why are you flushing him? It's just a Goodfellas situation. Oh God, Carrie! She got a gun pointed in your face. Am I next? You know what I mean? We need to diversify reality television is what we need to be doing. And what you do is, you secretly film a couple seasons before you put anything out. And what we needed was those Big Brother cameras in this house. I don't care if you tell law enforcement about it. This went on 4 years. This went on about 4 years. Man. Yeah. Depending on who you ask, people would never mind. I'm not. It's not the worst thing that happened during COVID, is what I'm saying. It wasn't the worst thing that happened. All right. Sometimes you just get held on to. Isn't that cute? Isn't that kind of sentimental? Well, we'll keep him. Hold on to him. According to an order suspending the home's registration as a funeral establishment, Halford had claimed when the bodies were discovered, quote, that he practices taxidermy at the property. This is exactly what I'm saying. See, and I came up with that idea in 20 minutes, Johnny. You need to give me a call. All right? Well, not anymore. You fucking, you blew that. You blew it. All right? I'm not interested anymore. You guys are schmucks. You're doing body sculpting. You were spending out of your tax bracket, Johnny. Who's not watching these guys during COVID? Who's not watching these guys that are in charge of bodies? Everybody else seemed to have plenty going on. Everybody was buying 3D printers and thinking they were going to start their own business, making homemade injection molds of God knows what. I don't know what everybody was 3D printing during COVID, but I could tell you it had to have funded OnlyFans for a little while. You could make a lot of things you could put in you with a 3D printer. Not too much else. Not a lot of people were replacing their rear view mirror. Or making teddy bears. Teddy bear picnic day. What a good time. Yeah. It's pretty gross. It's not the grossest thing you could be doing, but it's no, that's actually probably the grossest thing you could be doing. That's probably the worst fucking thing that you could be doing. But I think that everybody needs to be taking advantage of these things that they can. Everybody it takes advantage of everything anyways. Speaking of which, there's a medical team begging the public in Australia to stop bringing in unsolicited urine samples. Don't know where this prank came about. I know that they got pretty cool radio shows. These guys look like criminal pissers. The Halfords. They look like people who are just like... They look like the ones who are asking you for samples they didn't need. Yeah, fuck it. We already got let's take the piss too. What else could go wrong here? They piss on each other for sure. For sure. Yeah. She needed hair plugs more than Johnny.
A lot.
Yuck. And yuck. How do you keep cold cuts in the fridge when you got bodies lying around like that? You don't feel weird about it? You don't feel weird about opening a pack of raw chicken, and you look over and there's, Tommy or whoever. You named them. You named a couple of them. Just the ones that you didn't really want to move. They kept really well. And, maybe you just grew kind of attached to them. I don't know what would bring anybody to do that. I don't know what would bring anybody to bring in a unsolicited piss sample. Do you test them anyways? That's a good scheme for a clinic that you want gone. I think. is that you keep bringing in samples that they have to spend money on testing, and is there amphetamines is in there, UTIs. Do you track UTIs through their piss, through people's piss? Yeah. It's not all Q-tips. Can't all be COVID tests into the peener. You know what I mean? I don't know who started this TikTok trend. I'm with it. I like it. If you want a clinic gone, just bring in piss. Is this story bullshit?
I don't know if I did anything on it. It was actually in Scotland.
It was Scottish.
It's Scottish.
What did I say? Australia?
Australia.
Oh. Well, that's my bad.
Clinic cleans with patients.
Scottish people are funny like that, though. You know what I mean? Scottish people, I can respect doing this. That's taking the piss out of it, huh? That's just a good joke right there. We urge the public, please stop bringing in your piss. Don't. If you hear that we need to take a urine sample for every new customer, the new patient, please stop it. Don't bring your piss. We urge the public to please stop bringing in your piss. I like that. That's just a good time, dude. Did this go to court? Is there, because Scotland's this. Scotland is so small. And that's one of the places that they make fun of for inbreeding, because it's like, well, we don't go anywhere. What do you want me to do? And sometimes you gotta fuck your sister. We don't even stop at third cousins, twice removed or whatever. It's just, I'll fucking bag me mum. I love the Scottish people, and I hope Scotland loves the pod. So, I'm not talking shit. I'm just taking the piss out of it. Brother, calm down. It's all a joke. Not this, though. Did this start anywhere? I don't see what kind of TikTok trend this shit is. And the article's like fucking 4 sentences long. There's no explanation. They just keep doing it. We're up to the bloody fucking knees in piss. Stop. Yeah, we gotta take it legally. That's falling apart. That accent. I don't know how you say legally. How the fuck would you say legally like those guys? Legally. It's yeah. Sounds a little French at a certain point. You gotta yeah. This is one of the things that we love the Scottish people for, though. They have so little going on, and collectively, that's what keeps the kids off their phones. That's what keeps the community a community, is collectively nobody has anything going on. Period, dude. The most important job in Scotland has got to be herding fucking sheep, or like that's the only thing you've got. Again, not talking shit about Scotland, but what do you people, what do you got? You don't have cobalt mines that you got going, That's why big governments like ours, freedom, aren't invading you guys, is because you got nothing to give. We need something. Patient notice, important update, registering urine sample submissions. Please be advised that we are no longer able to accept urine samples unless they have been specifically requested by the practice. This change is necessary due to the high volume of inappropriate or unsolicited samples being submitted, which affects our ability to provide timely care to all the patients. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. That's just a good joke, dude. That's phenomenal. And I think that we do that here. I think that there's something legally binding about handing your urine over where they go, I guess we got to see what's going on with your, and then just don't pay the bill. You're not getting sent to collections in America over, and that's, you know what? Actually, as of today, everybody should be sending their piss into clinics and hospitals and all this shit. Really just fuck up the healthcare system. And then, maybe they let Luigi Mangione out. Maybe they start to fix some things. Listen, they're already not fixing California. People have been pissing right in front of you for how long there? Camp City's been around for I don't know how long. All right? You convince those people that they get paid for their urine. It used to be a thing. That's a Googleable thing. You used to have a pot to piss in. You used to be able to sell your piss to cure leather. And if you were so poor that you couldn't sell your piss, then you didn't have a pot. You couldn't afford a pot to piss in. That's where that comes from. It's easy to convince these fucking people. They're on fentanyl, for Christ's sake. I don't know how far you're going to... None of them are going to go, I don't... there's just something not right about that to me. I don't know. Are you sure? You're like, yeah, dude, what are you talking about? Yeah, we're in an economic crisis right now. And leather is... I don't know. You're not going to have to convince them much. Just convince everybody that you know to bring in urine. Just all the urine. Tell them the it'll help fix the plumbing. Whatever. That's not that much piss at all, by the way. That picture right there, that's cutting the stream, and that's unhealthy. That's not that much piss. I'd be like, that's all you mustered up? What? I'd say that at the sperm bank, too. That's it? Come on, fella. You got another one in the tank? No. Got one in the chamber. All right. That's not a lot of piss. Yeah. I mean, coming from a guy that obviously drinks like a lot of liquid, I'm like hydrated and then not hydrated within every day. It's an everyday thing for me. That's what Dad does. I get rid of it. Very cool. I hope they keep doing it. I hope this ends up being some kind of crisis for Scotland, because they need to, they need some publicity. Plus, it's just awesome that that's what they call a joke, is taking the piss out of it. You could be marketing this, guys, is what I'm saying. Scotland, help me out here. Help me help you. We can do something with this. You sell t-shirts only in the color that piss, comes in. You got like 5 colors of shirts right there. And then how safe somebody is, or how if you're in danger. That's like brown. You're getting to the point, where this is a dangerous person. It could mean a lot of things, guys. Maybe it's a new gang for you. New gang colors. Huh? The squatters? I don't know. I don't know where you want to go with this. You let me know. And because I want to keep this going. That's a great joke. Listen, we do way worse shit here. You should hear about Jersey's fucking sheriff. That guy's a whack. That guy's a wackadoo. And I don't think you guys are crazy. I think you're just fun. Hell yeah. There's no way for me to tie that one into Teddy Bear Picnic Day. But, yeah, I just like to see that everybody's having fun. And obviously you're having fun when you're doing a teddy bear picnic. I want to call bullshit on the fact that this is celebrated at all. But I just don't know. I don't know about Canada, but here in America, shit gets pretty weird. People do really weird shit. We got Disney adults. Listen, we got Disney adults. We got full-grown men that have body pillows of cartoon characters. We got, I mean, it gets pretty weird here. So the fact that they're trying to make, well, you guys don't do, somebody's trying to normalize teddy bear picnics is what somebody's trying to do. Yeah, look at these guys. Look at these animals. these Disney adults. Yeah. Yeah. JoJo Siwa for sure has done this. JoJo Siwa for sure has laid out in a park. Just fucking up a bottle of Hypnotic with a couple of her teddy bears. Yeah, shit gets wild over here. So, I mean, hit us up, Scotland. We need to make America fun again, at least. Shit's not very fun. Shit is not. It's not very fun. Some people try. Some people try to have fun, and then they end up doing the wrong thing. And you know, whether or not it's wrong or it's really wrong. Fun nonetheless is what they're trying to go for, and maybe they just took the wrong approach. Like an Illinois youth baseball coach, this man was just trying to live his best life. This man was hired to coach a youth baseball team, and I bet you what they told him, I bet they went, hey, I don't know his name. Hey, Danny. It's your field. All right? This is your domain. Here at the, what is that? Cooperstown? Cooperstown, Illinois. And there ain't a lot to do in Illinois either. So Scotland, I mean, you know, put your glasses on, pay heed to this. This man, is baseball even big in Scotland? Whose video circulating on social media shows two men streaking at one of the ball fields at Cooperstown All-Star Village, and one guy even slides head first into home plate, completely in the nude. Well, shouldn't you get away with that? Shouldn't you maybe? I mean, that guy doesn't get a full ride at the at whatever shitty Cooperstown, Illinois jail that they're going to. I mean, they did it in front of children. But maybe that's what happens when you keep losing. I don't know why these guys wouldn't have set up some slip and slides at least. If you're gonna slide, I'm not trying to make it more sexy. What I'm trying to do is make it more safe. If you just laid out some slip and slides, you throw some Dawn on some plastic sheet, you know? And you're like, all right, you guys keep losing. You don't get to do the naked base. You don't get to do the naked base run. It's just me and co-coach Danny, who are also co-parents. Hell yeah. That's so fucking funny. 12 and under blue team was playing in the Cooperstown tournament, and the coach's nude antics got their team disqualified and law enforcement involved. Well, I think that for the kids, maybe the tournament is the worst part, getting forfeited from the tournament. I mean, this wasn't before a game or anything, right? I mean, Jesus Christ. What time of day was it? I feel like this matters. Plus, the confidence of a man to take a headfirst dive on your tummy and your dick in the dirt like that stains the jerseys up pretty good. That shit'll take a layer of skin off of you. I don't know. Maybe he had a big enough tummy to where he wasn't concerned about his dick. Very cool, though. They were trying. They were trying to have fun. I think they're just. I can't say that they were pedophiles. I don't know. I do know they're from Illinois, and I don't. As far as that goes, they're just like, what? You don't bathe with your children? Maybe they're just stupid, is what it is. Because you can't. If Michael Jackson had been retarded, would you have not just? Well, obviously he just wants to have a slumber party, right? He's also in the mind of a 9-year-old. so you know. Oh fuck, I can't with that one. Deputies were called to the Cooperstown All-Star Village around 1 a.m. Saturday morning after security reported that 2 men refused to leave. The Otsego County Sheriff's Office said this statement.
Said in a statement.
Oh, in the statement. Oh, I was like, I was ready. I was ready to read again. Yeah, I'm not good at it either. Shout out Illinois. I'm not good at reading either. Yeah. Well, you know, it's just unfortunate if these guys were just, you know, stupid and, you know, trying to. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that they were or were not, you know, pedophiles. But you got to think, you know, you got to think every now and again. This is how people who grow up athletes, you know, end up. They kind of just do, these fraternity boys. They kind of just do things. They're like, oh, the kids will get a hoot out of that. This will be funny for the boys. And then you put, I mean, when you put your dick out and you watch like 11 of them go. When you watch a bunch of kids go, you know, and he's running up and he's like, wasn't that funny? You know, to the kids, he's wiping off his dick and he's wiping off his belly. And, you know, he's got rocks embedded in his tummy and his hands and his peener now, you know. And he's like, did he do it in shoes? Because you can get away with that in porn, mostly black guys. But was he even in shoes? This man, it was 2 men that did it. Well, you're not going to do it alone. You need a buddy, you know. You gotta have a buddy that talks you into it. Guys, you could have just made it a romantic night where both of you were just running the bases in the nude. You didn't have to involve the fucking kids. What? What are we doing? You should have had the kids hitting grounders at him the whole time. If you really wanted to get the kids involved, you should have had the kids knocking some fucking grounders at some ankles, some exposed skin. Shit, yeah. That would be fun for a kid. He'd be like, I'm going to hit him in his bare fucking nuts, dude. Just watch it. Wham! You could have blown something off, probably. And if you wanted to make it fun for the kids, you probably should have done that. Because we're not talking about kids that have fucking teddy bear picnics. We're talking about athlete 12-year-olds who are like, you know, I feel like there's a certain age where you figure out, like, okay, I do want to play sports. It's not just a game anymore. I want to play sports. I get something out of this. And, yeah, those are also evil human beings, the children. So you definitely could have talked them into just knocking some balls around while you and your buddy Danny were rounding the bases. It's a gauntlet, is what it is. I did that kind of shit. I didn't do that kind of shit. But I did gauntlet kind of shit in PE when I was a teenager. where they pick a couple guys that can really hit a fucking tennis ball, and you got to do what is it called? Suicides? Yeah. You got to do. We're gonna lock you in the tennis court, and you got to do suicides with these kids that we know can hit tennis balls, just fucking winging them at you. You know. Do I have to blur that? Do you think? Do I need to edit that suicides out? Because that's a scrimmage. That's it's a practice thing. You guys ruin everything. All right. You guys are ruining words. I'm not gonna stand for it. Oof. The LBYBA board is deeply distressed to learn about the recent situation involving the Lake Bluff 12U Blue Cooperstown team. That's a mouthful. We're treating this matter with the utmost seriousness and have contacted relevant authorities. Relevant authorities, dude. The fuck is irrelevant? You could have called fucking Neighborhood Watch for that. Hey! Put your fucking clothes on, dude. There's children, You could have called a parent at all. Relevant authorities. What would be hilarious is if Dad showed up to practice and he's like, "The fuck is?" And he just went out there and started beating up two naked dudes. We're talking viral hits, guys. These guys just flailing around. Their nuts are doing the same movements their arms are doing, They're falling all over the dirt, just plumes coming up, chalked field and shit. The kids are laughing even harder. Coaches are probably drunk. That's probably an easy ass kicking. What is there to do in Illinois, though, if I'm to play devil's advocate here? It's because there's nothing to do.
They were in Cooperstown, New York for a tournament. They're from Illinois. So then they ran away back to Illinois, and so now there's a whole other element because it's different states.
So it happened in New York. Well, the things you do on vacation, the things that you do when you're on, spring break. You got these fucking bumpkins from Illinois coming in. Well, okay. Well, you do it in New York, and you're probably gonna get away with it. There's a lot of crazier shit happening in New York. In Illinois, when you do this, you're just weird. In Illinois, when you're running the bases naked, you're just a fucking weirdo. When you do it in New York, it's like they think you're from there. Really. Youth baseball coach was fired after streaking in front of kids at upstate New York tournament. That should have been the headline. Nobody gave a fuck about Cooperstown. Nobody gave a fuck about any of that. Hell yeah. Well, hit the showers, fellas. Hit the fucking showers. Hose yourselves off. Don't have the fucking kids do it, please. Not on teddy bear picnic day. Yeah, it's a good time, guys. If you get a chance, get not a dead body, but at least a life size almost teddy bear. And you go and have you a picnic, because that's what we do in America with all these Disney kids, these Disney adults. We have picnics with our inanimate objects. And I don't think anybody's going to say anything. I really don't think you're going to get stopped in public over this one. I think you're pretty much safe. So go ahead and do that, because that's all that we could figure out to celebrate today. Crack you a cold one in the park with the dog, and then that's close enough. No? Teddy bear picnic day. Just take Bobo out there, whatever the fuck his name is, Crack open a couple carb suppliers, and yeah, I think that's a good enough time. Good enough time for the day. Listen, all the festivities are really over for now. 4th of July, all the big ones are done. So let's have us some wind down holidays. Let's have us a kind of a chill time, kind of wind down. Chill the fuck out for a little while. Don't streak in front of children. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. If you want to get a COVID test done, do it. But, you know, don't hoard people that didn't in your apartment. Not what I'm doing. Rest assured, next week, we're going to be right back here, signing some babies, shaking some titties, kissing some hands. Miss me?